Bird tear to mud. Thank you for coming to talk to me. You are on Olmanawi, but you also look like a Lugaid Blau.
Lugaid Blau? Is that what you call the congregation?
Yes. Those who have yellow eyes on their banner.
They're coins. But to answer your question, yes. I'm the legate of the congregation.
Is legate the Renaigse word for on Olmanawi?
No. It means that I am in charge of diplomatic relationships with the other nations.
So I was right. You will be able to help us. Some of your clan are preventing us from accessing one of our sacred glades.
Really? Why would they do that?
Several seasons ago, some men from your clan came to ask us for wood for their houses. There were some old trees in this glade, so we let them do what they wanted. At first, everything was fine. But then they cut down too many trees. So we wanted to heal the place, plant some new trees, but they won't let us come close. Their bod irony, their warriors, are stopping us from doing so.
I could investigate.
Yes, please. You must tell them that they have to let us heal the glade.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
Where do you come from, Afra?
From Alima near Al-Sad. It is but a small town, but there is a particularly renowned observatory there. My parents wanted me to become an astronomer, but I chose the Earth over the sky. I was always more intrigued by life rather than distant stars. Plants and animals fascinated me as a child. For this reason, I left Alima quite early to study in the capital, and I seldom returned.
When did you arrive on the island?
A little more than 2 years ago. My master, Dr. Vasily, suggested that I should follow him to Tirfredi. He needed help cataloguing all the unknown plants and animals. How could I decline such an offer? There's so much to discover here.
Do you miss the continent, your city, your family, perhaps?
No. When I arrived on this island, I immediately knew that it was where I was supposed to be.
Do you often hold strangers at gunpoint?
Only when I'm being tracked. What about you? Do you often track young ladies?
Only when they're attractive. Your charm guided us to you.
Really? And how would you have known how I looked? I did not expect you to be so inane, Desade. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
What did you think about that moment next to the campfire with the elders of Vigigador?
It was strange, and a bit frustrating, to be honest. What about you? How did you feel?
It was peculiar and mysterious. It was as if we were observing a game without fully knowing the rules. However, it seems to me that we learned a few things, being with them at that moment.
This is true. In my opinion, knowledge should be shared. That's why I'm so impatient when it comes to secrets. But your attitude is wiser. I will ponder the question. You've given me a lot to think about. Anything else?
Did you have any fellow students?
Of course. We were but a small group working with Dr. Vasily, but we were encouraged not to get too close to each other. It was more of a competition. Why? What's on your mind?
Did you not share your knowledge with the others?
Not really. And to be honest, I don't even know if they would have listened to me back then. You would not believe how much competition there is in the universities of Al-Sad.
I think it's a pity. It seems to me that ideas progress faster when they're shared.
That is true, but I did not know it back then. I only discovered it thanks to you. Anything else?
I must leave you. What's happening here, soldier?
These islanders want to enter a plot of land that belongs to the congregation.
They are denying us access to the glade.
We must heal it. Otherwise, this land will die.
I am sorry, but we cannot let you enter this area.
But we only want to plant some new trees. Bring life back.
These people are fanatics, Your Excellency. Several woodcutters died last night, and I'm willing to bet that these savages had a hand in it.
You are killing the earth, so it kills you in return. All of you are cursed.
Shut it, you savage!
De Sardet, I am the legate of the merchant congregation on this island. I came to shed light on this affair. You said that some woodcutters died.
Aye, they fell sick and died a few hours later. Well, the camp doctor will be able to tell you more about it. You'll find him in the barracks right here.
Thank you, soldier. I'll go see him.
Please, Your Excellency, you may come in.
Hello, Doctor. I am the legate of the congregation. I was told about the disputes caused by this camp, and a soldier told me that several woodcutters died recently.
Yes. They got sick yesterday afternoon, and a few hours later they were dead. I couldn't do anything except watch them writhing in pain. None of my remedies worked. If seeing corpses doesn't bother you, you can come and see the bodies. They're here. I hope that whatever killed them is not contagious.
These poor woodcutters look like they've suffered. This one has a swollen tongue. Blood at the corner of the mouth. There are some peculiar red patches on the bodies. His eyes are bloodshot. This man choked to death. A strong smell of ammonia. The entrails must have been perforated.
The appearance of these bodies and the smell emanating from their mouths leaves me in no doubt. They were poisoned. That this doctor could have believed that this was simply an illness is beyond me.
I can't see anything else of interest.
So, what do you think? Do you recognize their disease?
They didn't die of disease. They were poisoned. There's no doubt about it.
You're probably right. But I've heard these savages talking so much about curses, so I thought it must be a mysterious disease, rather than seeing what was before my eyes. But how could these three men be poisoned?
I'm not sure. Do their symptoms not point to anything?
No. I've never seen such a deadly poison with these symptoms.
Have you noticed anyone unusual here?
Unusual? No.
You don't seem completely sure of yourself. Nobody could have just slipped in.
No, I assure you. The last ones to pass by here were the hunters who delivered us game 2 days ago.
Hunters?
Natives who bring us game regularly in exchange for knickknacks. But they've been restocking us for months. I struggle to believe that they're involved.
Well, we'll see what they have to say. Where can I find them?
They usually hunt on the edge of the wood that leads to this camp.
Oi! This is our prey, Renaigse. How can we earn our reward if you hunt our prey?
We only defended ourselves. These beasts attacked us. But take them. We do not intend to eat them.
Thank you. But what are you doing here, Renaigse, if you're not here to hunt?
We were looking for you.
Us? What do you want from us?
3 woodcutters were poisoned yesterday after eating what you brought them.
Poison? I swear we are not responsible for this.
Listen, all the clues lead to you, but it may simply have been an accident. How about you tell me exactly what happened?
It wasn't really an accident, but we did not want to kill them either.
Then tell me how it happened.
We did not decide to do this. We were trading beautiful things with the camp. But the elder said that we would be traitors to our clan if we let the woodcutters cut down all the trees.
Which elder?
One of the old men from Vigigidor, our village. He is very angry because we cannot heal the glade. He gave us the meat of an andrig killed by a venomous dosentats. Its flesh is perfectly edible when prepared with certain berries, but without them, eating it would be lethal. And since the Renaigse invaded our forest, these berries are nowhere to be found. He wanted it to be a lesson for them, so that they may understand that their destruction brings death.
I will not hold you responsible, but from now on you will no longer bring meat to this camp. You are the instruments of a hateful old man's vengeance, and I'm under the impression that there will be even more deaths if I do not get to the root of this problem.
The Vegigido elder thought it best to take vengeance into his own hands. I understand his anger, but Dunkus would not approve of this. He would say that bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed, and he wouldn't be wrong.
This whole thing could turn into an open war. We cannot let that happen. Sir de Corsillon will be able to give some advice on how to solve this property conflict, without violence.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. I can't wait to find this famous cave of knowledge and what it contains. I could probably go alone, but just think about what you could learn, and not only about yourself. Don't you want to understand where your face markings come from?
You're right, Afra. I will accompany you.
Thank you, Desade. Let's return to Dunkus's village. Our new friends will surely be able to tell us more about this cave.
We are happy to see you again. You will always be welcomed as friends here.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you too. But we came to ask you something.
Of course. What do you want?
When we participated in the Dunkus meditation, he spoke of a cave of knowledge you had to go to.
And you want to see it? You still wish to learn how we become bound? It is a very sacred place. Only those who will become Donegada may enter there.
That's right, Year One. But they saved my life.
If someone finds out that we have helped the Renaigse to enter a sacred place, they will refuse to bind me.
Dunkus will never do such a thing. What needs to be done will happen, no matter what.
You're probably right.
Look for the entrance in the Vedhat Ganadu. Entering there will not be easy, but you will have to discover the rest by yourself, like true apprentices.
Thank you, Morian. And fear not. No one will ever learn what you have entrusted us with.
If this savage spoke the truth, we'll be rich soon. I don't like the thought of staying here too long, though. In case our corpse's cousins turn up. But we need to find a way to force this bloody root door. Hey! What are you doing here?
We could ask you the same question.
Except we found this place first. The treasure is ours. So I suggest you disappear. Fast.
Listen, we didn't mean to bother you. We were only exploring the area. But perhaps you could tell us exactly what you're doing here.
You look like nobility. And we don't want any trouble. We also are, explorers. We discover secret places. That type of thing.
Really? And you found one near here?
Yeah. We managed to convince a savage to talk to us. And he told us there's a holy cave not far from here. The kind of place where the natives hide their treasures. But be careful, eh? It's ours.
And how do you plan on entering this cave?
Well, with enough explosives, we'll eventually get through those roots blocking the entrance. It's only a matter of time.
I see. Very subtle. And the islander didn't tell you anything about this?
He didn't really have the time. And he didn't have a key on him. Just some bloody seeds. Anyway, now that you know what we're doing here, you better leave.
Listen, I don't want to worry you, but you are taking a big risk by staying around here. When the Islanders' clan notice his disappearance, they will come for him. You can imagine what will happen then.
Yeah, you're not wrong. With the time it will take to craft enough explosives, we may end up with a whole tribe after us. Never mind, guys. We're leaving, fast!
At last, we made it here.
How do we get in?
Look around. There has to be a way.
This stone and this door remind me of the place where the Tierna Hach went into hiding.
You're right. We'll probably have to use a seed here as well.
But we don't know which.
Here is my offering to the Cave of Knowledge. There. Place the seed on the stone.
It seems like this painting depicts some kind of ritual.
Yes. The character at the center is pouring blood on a stone. And one of these giant creatures that the natives call Nardigs is present.
The location looks like the stone circle where we met the two young natives. The character has changed. He now resembles an Onol Manawi.
You're right. They even depict his bond to the forest. Someone's coming. Let's hide. If anyone finds us here, we're sure to lose the trust of the Islanders.
Esco halen, esco valg med agengo selerge mantadabem, avenundanum.
Mach, es boglen daigan ni dau, a yigi dames etier comelei.
Cair to, Morian, ages radai de radi dauem tairger began.
Cau den nes greta comelei, nas oltargotu, vreg de det mad advad. Abud antadab me en ekekam. No adaholig.
The paintings in the cave were magnificent and have taught us so much. It is obvious that they depict the bonding ritual and its consequences. It is by pouring their blood on the raised stones that the natives become metamorphs.
I'm not really sure if I follow you.
And yet it's clear to see. The islanders think that their ritual has magic consequences, but there must be some sort of contamination in their blood as they pour it. The only way to verify this theory is to attend a full ritual. We must attend Yewan's.
How will we know when it takes place?
Dunkus said it would take place after the young people visited the cave, and they will most likely need some preparation. We should go to the Holy Circle of Kurganau tomorrow. What do you say? Will you come with me?
Very well. I hope that Dunkus will not be too angry after seeing us there.
Let's take some time to rest, and then we'll go back to the place where we met them.
You again. Your curiosity is truly unquenchable.
Forgive our intrusion, Dunkus. But I really want to attend Yewan's ritual. I have learned a lot thanks to you, but I still have so much left to understand.
If you were one of ours, Afra, I would be flattered to have such an inquisitive and resolute apprentice. You can attend the ritual, but promise me that you will be discreet. No Renaigse ever had this honor before.
We will do everything in our power to prove ourselves worthy of your trust, Dunkus.
You look preoccupied.
Our people have suffered many lions attacks, often during rituals. In some villages, all the young Sinal Manawi were abducted. You seem different from the other Zafra, but I can't help worrying.
I have nothing to do with these attacks, Dunkus, I swear.
I believe you. Otherwise, you would not be here with us. But I hope that your brothers will not be there in the shadows, ready to pounce on our children.
How are you? You must be feeling impatient.
Impatient, yes, and a little bit afraid as well.
It's only natural to be afraid, Yerwan. It's a new life starting for you. But I will be by your side, now and forever.
Times really must have changed for some Renaigse to attend our rituals. These are very different from the others. Their leader is an Onal Menawi after all.
I know I look like them, but I'm not one of them.
You may not be bonded, but your parents must have been. You should be proud and happy about it. It is probably thanks to your bond that Dunkus has accepted your presence.
Nestiri, Adesta Mararmam.
Meneda, Meneda. You are an Onolmanawi now, Yawan. And soon you will heal the earth by our sides. Like a real Donegard.
Thank you, Donkas. I feel so proud.
I am so happy that we can be Voglendaiga together at last.
What about you, Afra? Did you find the answers you were looking for?
It's strange. I didn't exactly understand what happened, but I am moved.
Some events must be understood with the heart, not the head.
It seems like you are right, Dunkus.
We are under attack.
Grab the young metamorph. The others don't matter.
The lions want to take
Desade, we have to protect them.
You can count on me.
Your curiosity, Afra, has saved lives. If it weren't for you, people from my village would have been abducted or killed. I am infinitely grateful, especially considering that fighting against your brothers could not have been easy.
Indeed. These people were brutes. They had it coming. However, you don't know how right you are, Dunkus. I recognize some of these men.
Really? Did they belong to the governor's court?
No. They worked for my former master, Dr. Asili. I was his student for a long time before I realized that this man's methods were questionable. He was so obsessed with his goals that he became cruel. But I can't believe he'd go as far as abducting people for his experiments.
You think that the Onolmanawi are used for experiments?
Now that I have seen these soldiers, I am certain of it. And I'm afraid they may suffer atrocious treatment under the guise of scientific progress. I am so ashamed.
Come now, shame serves no purpose. And you are proof that the lions are not all the same.
Thank you, Dunkus. And thank you, Desade. You opened my eyes. Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I...
How did you feel when we visited the cave?
Astonishment, I think. I felt as if I had reached my goal. As if I was finding a long-lost treasure. It was strangely moving, I think. What about you?
It was a moving moment indeed. And I was happy to be able to share it with you.
I am also happy I have found someone to share these discoveries with. When I'm with you, I feel as if I'm learning differently, feeling new things, and I'm very grateful to you for that. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Cousin, you couldn't pick a better time. I've been taken with jitters, like a cat on a midday roof.
What are you waiting for with such anticipation?
I took your advice, you see. I've summoned one of these crows! He has been examining me for nearly an hour. I just barely escaped a purge. But I was given the mandatory bleeding. I
so hate their little knives. And so then, our venerable doctor, what is the verdict? The blood is black. Constantine, is this your blood? Constantine, answer me. Constantine, stay with me, Constantine. There is a chance that he is in error. It might be something else. I'm going to die. No, Constantine. I will die, like your mother, and the others on the continent. I am dying. I don't want to die. I don't. Not so soon. It's so good. Cousin, I don't want... Constantine, I'm here. Pull yourself together. Out. Everyone out. It's an order. Thank you, cousin. There now. Are you better? I don't know. You won't leave me, will you? I'm going to find a cure, I promise you. Didn't you promise the same thing to your mother? You know I'll be dead before you find one. Don't say that. I will succeed. I've already some promising trails to explore. I don't know, cousin. The tidings are so awfully dire. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I doubt the reason for your visit was to console me in my tragedy. Tell me, what brings you here? It can wait. It's nothing that can't be dealt with later. But please, whatever it is, it will take my mind elsewhere. I was able to get the whole story out of the Admiral in exchange for a service. As our investigation was leading us to imagine, the congregation did once attempt to colonize the island. The Nauts discovered it some 2 centuries ago and brought our people here a few decades later. But the enterprise to colonize the island failed completely. There were a great many bloody battles. Few colonists survived. The princes preferred to hide their defeat and paid the Nauts to keep the secret. That they hid the fiasco from the world, I get. But that my father said nothing about it to me. That's not the most shocking part of the story, believe me. What do you mean? The congregation continued to make expeditions to the island with the help of the Nauts. According to the Admiral, my mother came from the island and was brought back. I was born on one of their ships. What? But... that means you are not your dear cousin? No. All the lies we've been fed since our tender childhood. The fable told that I'm the spitting image of my dead father lost during an expedition. God, I don't know what to think, Constantine. Why did they do that to me? I don't know. It's another one of their sly and dark orchestrations. Some vile intrigue. If it is of some comfort, no matter the true story, you will always be my dear cousin. You have always been the only one to care for me. You are my only friend. That's all that matters to me. Keep this discovery between us. No one needs to know. My aunt adopted you after all. Bring in the others. Let us speak of different concerns. That's enough bad news for one day. Kurt, what is...
Dismissed, soldiers! Leave us. We have much to say.
What is going on? I don't appreciate this attitude, Kurt. Must I remind you that these men all answer to me?
Times change, Your Highness. Or rather, they're about to do so.
Is that a threat? What are you hoping to accomplish? Don't tell...
Silence! We have little time, and none to lose.
Kurt, what are you talking about?
The commander of the Coin Guard is here in New Serene at this very moment. He's preparing a coup d'etat. In the 3 cities of the island, our men are going to eliminate the governors and their entourage.
This is madness. How?
How? You'll go down as easy as plum pie and cherry wine. Standing behind every one of you is one of our men. You have entrusted us with your security. You are completely at our mercy.
Then why did you send your men away? And why are you telling us all of this?
I've known you both for a very long time. Too long. I've come to know you, to respect you. And I've never reneged on a contract. These orders go against all that I am. A cold-hearted mercenary, definitely, but never a traitor. And so now you are forewarned. You must take action.
Thank you, Kurt. I'll not forget this. Constantine, we need to get you to safety as well as your counselors.
But I want to...
What? Take part? You can barely stand up. No. We must take you into the cellar.
If I've completely understood what you've said, Kurt, the governors of our cities are also in danger.
Yes. If you want to keep your allies, Your Highness, you also need to warn them.
Correct. We cannot let them fall into the hands of these traitors.
I will find the means to send them a messenger. Do you know where to find your conspirators?
It would seem I should be one of them. They are counting on me to eliminate both of you. The most urgent matter is to get our hands on the commander and his 3 lieutenants. The others are doing nothing but following orders. If we cut off the heads, they will fall into rank.
I always knew you were a good man.
Don't make me change my mind. We'd better be off. Now. We'll certainly have to fight some traitors at Torsten's behest on our way to the cellar. Stay on your guard.
Stay behind us, Constantine. You're in no condition to fight.
We must also think about the advisors, including your professor. And then we have to rescue Lady Mirage.
We must hurry before the guard can act. Lord de Cossillon! The coin guard tried to assassinate my cousin and is plotting the same actions against the other governors.
So, they have finally done it. Such proximity to power is a terrible temptation. It was only a question of time before they succumbed.
We should have paid more attention to your lessons. We might have been able to avoid all of this. Follow me. I'm taking you somewhere safe.
I'm coming.
To my help! And death to the others!
Let's see if you know how to get...
Lord Minister! The coin guard wants to take control of the island by assassinating all its governors.
The guard is everywhere. They could succeed.
We will do everything in our power to thwart them. Come now. We'll take you somewhere safe.
I'll follow you.
We've reached the cellar. It looks like a good place to hide. Constantine, promise me that you will stay here until we secure the city.
Do I even have a choice? Here I am, consigned to my quarters like some broken old maid.
Like someone ill, Constantine. Someone sick who is dear to me, and the city wouldn't survive your loss.
You have such a way with words. Very well. I promise to stay here, obediently awaiting your return.
Let's go then.
And cousin? Watch out for yourself. You are dear to me as well.
You are safe here.
You have my eternal gratitude, Excellency. We owe you our lives.
You will be safe here.
Thank you, my friend. I will never forget what you've done for me.
Lady Moange, make ready to depart. We cannot remain here.
But what is going on?
The Coin Guard has decided to take control of the Isle. They plan to overthrow the governors. They were set on assassinating Constantine and his entire entourage.
The idiots!
You are in danger. Do you know a safe place where we could take you?
Don't worry about me. I have friends here. They will hide me. Go! And do be careful.
Make preparations to leave. I have a message to communicate immediately to the governor of San Mateus. You must tell the Mother Cardinal that the Coin Guard is preparing a coup d'etat. Her life and those of her entourage are in grave danger.
Very well, Your Excellency. I'll leave immediately.
Messenger, be ready to leave at once. You must warn the governor of Hikmet that a conspiracy is underway targeting him.
It's just that I can't leave the city just yet.
What are you talking about? The order comes from the governor. What more do you need?
It's just that I was told if I left the city today, it would cost me my life.
Who said that? The commander's men, I suppose?
I don't really know. But they were heavily armed, and they pay very well.
If it's a question of money, how much did they promise you?
A lot, my lord.
You should be ashamed of your cupidity. Here, this should do it. Well?
Your Excellency is extremely generous. I shall leave immediately. The commander must be in his upstairs quarters preparing the attack. We should try to reach him discreetly.
We could try to go through the tavern's kitchen.
That's one way to do it. Or we could use the scaffolding to access the upper floor directly. But it's visible from the dormitories. And I know that the young recruits were ordered to stay there.
They will not suspect us if we're wearing guard uniforms. Do you know where the 3 lieutenants you told us about are located?
Ludger is an instructor. He'll be in the right wing of the barracks. As for the other 2, they'll be at the tavern. Olga and Werner are in charge of the guards' secondary activities. In the basement.
I see. Our priority should still be to stop Torsten. We'll worry about the others later.
sorry, Your Excellency. I know you've paid your entry fee, but this is a special night. My orders are not to let anyone in.
What if I paid you a supplement for your good services?
Very well, you can come in. I hope I won't be in trouble.
I regret, my lord, we are closed this evening. Come back another day.
Well, I'm not here to tempt my luck. Are you in charge?
That's right, what do you want from me?
From you? Nothing. We are here to arrest the commander's lieutenants.
Is that right? Now this ought to be good. And for what crime would that be?
You know very well. For high treason.
Oh, and you think that my men are just gonna let you, without so much as blinking an eye?
Why would your men risk their lives and their families' well-being to serve your greedy ambitions? Gentlemen, you have been manipulated. I imagine you were promised riches and high station on the island. Told that with such a prize you would be free of the services of the merchants, the mages and the scholars. But do you imagine for an instant that the Nauts would risk losing their precious clients for you? That the continental nations that you've betrayed would accept that you might return to their lands? You would be condemned to remain on this island, isolated and forever banished from the continent. I only hope that you are leaving no one behind you, because you will never see them again.
You make sense. We have too much to lose in this story. I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but you're gonna have to deal with this yourself. Do with him what you feel you must.
Soldiers, ready weapons! We are under attack!
We have been sent by the Governor Constantin d'Orsay. Your lieutenant is accused of high treason for having participated in an attempted coup d'etat. As you can see for yourselves, the attempt failed. Are you also ready to be accused of treason because of your loyalty to your lieutenant?
I doubt it. I'm sure they're gonna make the wise decision. Isn't that right, Dieter?
You give your word that we'll suffer no repercussions if we lay down arms?
You have my word.
Very well. We are dropping our weapons, soldiers. That dog's hide doesn't deserve our sacrifice.
What are you doing here? Who let you in? I demand an explanation.
It seems that your men are a little distracted this evening, Lieutenant. It is understandable, with all that's been going on. You are under arrest, as well as your commander.
But what is this? I recognize you. You're the governor's emissary. And Kurt, you had your orders.
Sorry, but forced to betray someone, I decided it would be the less likable of the lot.
Traitor. Soldiers, ready weapons!
Shit. We've arrived too late.
Do you know where Torsten could have gone?
No. But we'll certainly find some information about it in these papers. Torsten suspected that I would denounce him, and he was prepared to leave this place. We must catch up to him. He cannot get away with this.
Let's go.
is a snake, but he's clever. Apparently, he suspected I would refuse to follow his orders.
He must have been told about our attack on the ghost camp and drew his own conclusions. He knew you better than you thought he did.
The guard, we're moving out. Break camp. We are no longer welcome here. And so, these snake oil merchants defy us by sending their watchdog. Let's show them what guards are made of! Come here, you pathetic dog!
The game is over for you, Commander.
Do I have the time to return and see those dear to me?
Constantine, how are you feeling?
Death is on my doorstep, and all hope has flown through the window. Come closer. What ill tidings do you bring?
Yes. I thought you'd like to know that the Coin Guard's attempt to take control of the island has failed.
This is excellent news. The kind I've not had in a great while. Thank you, Kurt. Were it not for your loyalty, we were lost. As for you, my dear cousin, you know what I owe you. Not only have you looked out for me, like always, but you have protected my advisors.
Yes. And if your highness would permit, I would like to relay our most sincere gratitude from all of Teleme. Thanks to your message, the Mother Cardinal was able to thwart the Commander's plans. By the grace of the Illuminated, the city is saved, and the traitors punished as they should be.
I was told that you were able to catch the Commander and his underlings before they were able to flee.
Barely, but yes. They're going to have to pay for their crimes.
I cannot remember if the traitors are hung before being quartered, or if it is the contrary. Enough talk of ruffians. They failed, and for that, I again thank Kurt.
If your highness is looking for a means to translate his gratitude, gold is a present that is always appreciated.
I imagine that you shall name a new commander.
Yes. I will discuss the matter with loyalist officers, but I think I know who will be elected.
I hope it is someone whom we can trust. We do need soldiers, but loyal soldiers above all.
We are well aware that the Guard's reputation has been tarnished. We will not make the same mistake twice. Sieglinde is solid and loyal. I have fought beside her.
You have my complete trust, Kurt. You have amply earned it.
As you advised, I followed the leads shared by our allies, none of which led anywhere. However, they both pointed in the same direction, towards a sort of god that the natives worship. They call him En Onmil Frichteman, the god of many faces. He is very powerful and protects the island.
How can you be sure that it's not some sort of myth? Even a superstition?
I saw it with my own eyes take shape during a ritual. It is possible that the Malachor is the expression of its vengeance.
You are referring to the secret we unearthed. The entire continent is paying today for the errors of our grandparents. It is a terrifying perspective.
But if it were true, he must also be able to help us heal.
Princess, could you shed some light on this being? Is it possible to meet him?
All the Donegada know him. He is the strength, the spirit of Tirfredi. You were looking for a demon or a remedy from plants, so I did not think of him. But yes, he is very powerful and as old as our world. He could surely heal your sickness. But it is not simple to meet him. Impossible, I would think. Though it is not my place to judge, you need to earn the trust of Glendan, the Elder of the Council. Ask him for his help.
I beg you, cousin. Go and find Glendan. Do all that he requires. Offer him all that he desires. I don't know how much longer I can hold on. My life is in your hands. And those of so many others.
I will do all in my power. I have already promised you. Where can I find this Glendan?
He lives in the village of Dorchad Genadu. It is in the heart of our island, at the entrance to our most sacred lands.
Thank you for your help, Princess. I will not forget the numerous services you have provided for us. Before you leave, I must ask you something.
All right. I'm listening.
I'm always suffering, cousin. I'm in such terrible pain and we're yet to discover a cure. Don't blame yourself. I know how much you do for me. Yet, I'm afraid that before the sickness claims me, the pain will have driven me mad. If only there was a way to ease my suffering.
I know of a healer, with powers that are legendary amongst the clans. It is rumored he can alleviate even the most terrible pains. His village is west of the city. I could take you there.
One of our holy men lives in San Mateus. His healing powers are supposedly miraculous. Alas, it is a miracle we are in need of, my son.
If I may, Your Highness, we have the best physicians in the world. It shouldn't stop Father Petrus from praying for a miracle. It can't do any harm.
I'm nothing more than a sailor. I don't have much to offer when it comes to healing. As it would seem Teleme are prey for the Malachor, just like the Bridge Alliance. Perhaps it would be best to ask for aid from those not suffering from the plague.
The sailor's right. The holy men and the sages had their chance on the continent, and we all know how that went. If this healer is as skilled as our pretty little sapling here says, then we need to see him right away.
Thank you, as always, for your advice. Cousin, you are the only one I trust, so please, don't let me lose my mind.
I'll follow the leads and find a way. I won't let you down. Hold on. I'll be back as soon as I can.